everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, hello, wherever you are, whatever time zone you're in. My name is Charles Dobbins. Let me give you my little brief promo. I just want to let you all understand what's going on tonight. We're going to be talking about how to find value add type of properties for multifamily deals, which is what everybody's looking for. You're looking for bank owned, you're looking for motivated sellers, you're looking for value add, you're looking for deals that are flying below the radar, deals that the brokers don't know about. You don't want to just sit around and wait for a broker to bring you deals, because then they're just going to send it out to 100 different people and you now have to have 100 different competitors. So the whole point behind being a success in the multifamily business is to find deals that work for you. And whether you're wholesaling, bird dogging, building your own portfolio, trying to create an investment portfolio with other investors, this is what you're going to need to be able to do that. So allow me first to introduce myself. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Charles Dobbins. I'm a real estate attorney licensed in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and I was just granted admission to my home state of New Hampshire, which I'm very happy about. I'm an investor, multifamily investor. I'm the founder of the Multifamily Investing Academy. I'm the creator of the Multifamily OS operating system program for multifamily investors, and I'm the guy whose team has created Charlie Chat to give multifamily investors like you a serious edge over your competition by using machine knowledge, otherwise known as AI. What I'm about to share with you is something that I have dreamt about all of my investing career. I've worked towards achieving this, and I think we finally got there. This is not just another shiny object. Charlie Chat is the tool that we all have been waiting for. It is your AI-powered multifamily sidekick. It is built to help you find better deals faster, help you underwrite smarter, help you market your business like a pro, and automate all aspects of your investing life, all using the power of machine learning, otherwise known as AI. So tonight, I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit and show you exactly how it works and why it's different than anything else you've ever seen before, and why I consider it the greatest tool I have ever seen in my investing career, and how it can completely change the way you do business. And I know that sounds like a lot of hyperbole, but give me the next 30 to 50 minutes, however long we take, and I can positively prove to you that everything I have said is absolutely true. So let's dive in. I'm going to take a swig of my water and help you take your multifamily game to the next level. So the first thing we're going to do is what you're looking at here on the screen is the home page for Charlie Chat. So when you go to, Molly's going to put the address on the screen in just a moment, but when you go to multifamilyos.ai, this is the screen that you're going to see. So the first thing you're going to do when you get here is come over here to the top right, click on sign in, put in your email address. And in my case, I obviously already have an account. You can set up an account absolutely free. No credit card required, and I highly recommend you do. And you grab the code that is given to you there, and you go ahead and you plug it right in here. I'm going to paste mine. I'm going to take out that extra space, and I'm going to hit verify code, and I am in. Now, when you come to this screen, there are going to be different levels of membership, but what you're going to get when you first sign in is 7 days of Charlie Chat Pro, which is going to give you certain levels of benefits that other levels don't have, because we want you to be testing out the best level of Charlie Chat, and one that will give you some incredible features that you'll be able to take advantage of. So when you come to this screen, the first thing I want you to do is come up here to account and create your profile. And what you're going to do is put in your name, address, city, state, and zip, what your title is, your phone number. And then if you would like, you can go ahead and input your logo, your company's logo. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, why do I need all of that information? And it's really because what's going to happen is as we go through, let me jump on back here. It's already up here. As we go through and you get to see the different levels that Charlie Chat Pro will allow you, that information is going to be used to your benefit while marketing to sellers. So go ahead and make sure you take advantage of that and put all that information in there. Now, Charlie Chat is an AI tool, just like Chat GPT. This is a Chat GPT for multifamily investors. And what we've done here is we've taken 20 years of my training, all of the things that I've been creating as content. When I first got started in this business 20 or so years ago, the advice that was given to me was to create content. And I'm not that guy. I don't like to record myself. I don't want to, shoot videos. Create content. So I listened to them, and I'm so glad I did, because what we were able to do now is take the Charlie Chat or the chat bot and run it through all of my video training, everything that I have up on the internet, and capture all of that data and put it back into Charlie Chat. So when you have Charlie Chat, it's like you're speaking to me. When you ask it a question, it's like you're talking directly to me, and I answer it. I mean, I've had students, so go ahead, when you get Charlie Chat open, go ahead and type in there anything you want. I had one student say, can I call you Chuck? And I was blown away by the response that it gave, which was essentially my voice saying how I feel about the name Chuck. Because somewhere 20 years ago, I had said that in one of my trainings, and the chatbot captured it and put it up on as an answer in my voice, which absolutely blew me away. But that's how Charlie Chat works. You have me and all of my knowledge at your fingertips as it relates to multifamily. If I can't answer the question, Charlie Chat will go out to the knowledge base out there and pull in the right question, the right answer. It is absolutely phenomenal. But let me walk you through a couple of cool things. And we're going to go through these these 4 elements of Charlie Chat as we walk through the process. But the coolest thing about Charlie Chat is how it's able to bring your business, your multifamily property business, to a level that you've never been able to accomplish before, all within seconds, all within at your fingertips, and all in a way that no one else is doing right now. That's the beautiful thing about Charlie Chat. So here's what I want you to do. Just think for a moment. What is the market that you want to identify as your market that you want to find? Listen, some of the things that we're going to be doing to Charlie Chat is we're going to be listening to the way you think. We're going to be listening to the way you talk to Charlie Chat. And we're going to be able to say, well, this particular student likes this market, and they like this type of property. So every week, we're going to be pushing out 3 to 5 new properties that are in your market that meet your criteria that we think you should identify as potential properties for your portfolio. And you can start engaging with the owner and talking to them about how exactly you can buy their property from them. I'll show you exactly how that works in a moment. So let's say, for instance, I'm going to just jump right on back. I'm because of the way this screen works, I'm only right now just looking at my Charlie Chat screen. Hey, Bill, Tom. But I want someone on here on the chat, on the chat for the system that we're using right now, to just go ahead. Hey, Gail, good to see you. Always a pleasure. Gail, I'm doing great. Thanks to you. And I really appreciate it. She knows what I'm talking about. And I want everybody, just somebody type in a market, and let's use your market just to show you this is a lot. Orange. Oh, for crying out loud, Alan. Let's stay out of California. Let me say anybody but California. We did California last time. And we got results. We got great results, and I can easily do it again. But can somebody give me something other than Buffalo, New York? Thank Bill. Thank you, Bill. Sorry, Alan. No offense. Alan, I'll get you next time. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look at Buffalo, New York. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to type in Buffalo, NY. I got to put in the city. I got to put in the state. That's the minimum we need. Now, I could just put in a zip code, but obviously Buffalo is multiple zip codes, so we're not going to work on that unless you've really identified a market down to a zip code. Otherwise, we have Buffalo, New York. Now, the way Charlie Chat works is in our knowledge base, we have uploaded every single multifamily property in the country. And folks, I say that knowing that the typical definition of multifamily is 5+ units. We have everything from 2 units on up. And the beautiful thing about that is when I go and speak to RIA clubs around the country, you get a lot of people who are stuck in the single family fix and flip world, and they're looking to get into multis. Well, using Charlie Chat, you can go out and find those duplexes, tris, quads, and you can focus on them if that's where you want to be. Remember, my book, and I always hold this up, How to Own 1,000 Apartments in 5 Years. You can find it on Amazon. How to Own 1,000 Apartments in 5 years. You start off by owning 20 units in the first year. And that could be 1 building, 2 buildings, 4 buildings, 5 buildings. It doesn't matter. Just start your building your multifamily portfolio slowly, and you'll be in 1,000 apartment units in 5 years. Just follow my plan. So this Charlie Chat provides you with 2+ units all the way up to whatever the biggest one is, and we've got them all built into the system. So in this particular case, I'm just going to start by saying Buffalo, New York. I hit search. What do we come up with? Buffalo, New York has 40,319 multifamily properties with 2+ units. Wow. Now, that's an awful lot. That's too much. That's too much. Now, the way it works with Charlie Chat, when you sign up, you're going to be given 250 credits towards property searches gratis. We're just going to give it to you. We want you to go out there and start playing around with Charlie. So we're going to give you 250 units. Now, as you can see, what this does is it gives you instantly top 10. And then if you want to add more, you click that load more button and it can add 10 more at a time. Because if we gave you all 40,000 in one fell swoop, you'd burn through your units, you'd be done. We want to make sure that you are looking at each one of these properties, making sure they're the right ones for you. But what happens, and you don't see it right here with me because my account, obviously, I've got as many searches as I want. But if you only have 250 units, there'll be a button right down here in the bottom right corner with a plus sign. All you have to do at any time is click that button and you can buy more property searches. That's how it works. All right. So, but instantly when you sign on up, we're going to put you in the Charlie Chat Pro level and you're going to have 250 credits to go around and play with. But right now, as we all know, 40,000 units is just too much. So we can search down, we can break down into different search criteria to really start to whittle things down if we want. And the way we do that is by clicking this advanced filters. Now, using these advanced filters, we can start going through and peeling out the types of properties that we really want to focus on. Now, remember, the topic of today's conversation is on value add deals. So let me just tell you something. If you're thinking to yourself, well, what would I do to create a search based upon value add deals? Like what would constitute a value add deal? I don't really know. Well, what you can do is come over here to Charlie's Picks and use the pre-curated searches that we've already created for you. Last week, I talked about motivated sellers and distressed assets. Tonight, I'm talking about value add deals. So one of the things we're going to do is click on value add and just put the cursor over it, and it will tell you exactly what we use as criteria for value add properties. Those are properties that were built between 1970 and 1995, and typically with absentee owners. So let's break that down. So if all I would have to do is click that button and I would pull up just those properties that meet that criteria. But let me show you how it works from an actual value add proposition. One thing I want to do is the owner. I want out-of-state owners. Well, let's find out what that does to that 40,000 number. All right. Now we have 1,472 properties. Holy cow. Now we really whittle it down. Well, let's get it even tighter than that. Let's click back here over to advanced filters. And I'm going to say that I want to get people that have owned the property for at least 10 years. They're tired landlords. So we can come over here and scroll on up to 10 and let's click the search button. Now what are we down to? Remember, we had 1,700 before. Now we're down to 363. Okay, I'm liking this. What other types of filters would you want to put in here? Now, I'm just going to run through some of these filters. I'm not going to use them, but I want you to see how you can get down to the basic level so that you can find properties that really meet your tight criteria. Then I'm going to show you how to go after them. All right, so let's take a look. We don't want properties that were built this late. We want to scroll it on up to properties built, let's say 1960. That's going to be a tough year. And if it's too new, that's going to be more of a Class A property. Lot size, number of stories, I don't care. The reason why we have that up there as a criteria, because the source that we get all of those multifamily properties from, these are some of the criteria that they provide us the data on. So if you wanted to search on them, you can, but ultimately, I don't think they're really going to be that helpful to you. Okay, I'm not going to deal with the value of financial information all that much, but I want to do touchdown here and say we can use what are special conditions, we say, in distressed and special conditions. That includes properties that are assumable with their mortgages. Those are special conditions, not necessarily distressed. We can search on REO properties. We can search on pre-foreclosures. We can do auctions, tax liens, private lenders, all of these different types of criteria that we can search on. Or we can just use those pre-curated searches. Now, what I'm going to show you here is if you use some type of search and it doesn't necessarily come up with the results that you're looking for, like for instance, and I say this all the time, certain counties and cities in North Carolina do not provide us with data that includes the number of units. So it could be a 2-unit, it could be a 200-unit. But when you use the search function and you put in the number of units, like say 10 to 50, and it comes back with 0 results, it doesn't mean that Charlotte, North Carolina doesn't have any 10 to 50 unit properties. It just means that the assessor's office that's giving us this type of data is not giving us the right kind of data, and they're probably calling all of the units 0. And if it's got 200 units, it's being reported as 0. So of course, it's never going to show up. If you run into any scenarios like that, all you have to do is click on this blue button and send us a message, and we'll do the research for you and get right back to you and let you know, okay, what you want to do in order to find out exactly how this works is X. All right, so that's how it works. Now, in this particular case, I think I already clicked the search button. Let me just check. Yeah. Oh, okay. So based upon the search that we just did, whatever the parameters are we just put in, we came up with 10 plus 4. I'm going to load these other 4. So now in this marketplace, based upon the criteria we were just looking for, there are 14 properties. All right. Now, what's the next step we take towards identifying these properties or finding out more about it? Well, the first thing that we can do is do a quick little look-see on each one of these properties. You click on the box, just click on the box, and here it gives us some information. This one is 2 units, built in 74. Owner has owned it for 12 years. All right, that's nothing great. What's this next one? This one says 0 units, red flag, built in 62. It's got 60,000 square foot lot size. It's been owned for 30 years. I like that one. There's something about that one. I want to find out more. Absentee, out of state owner, yes. Okay, this one is once again 0 units, 39,000 square feet, 14 years owned, out of state owner. We can keep going through it this way. Now, once we've looked at the properties this way, let's take a look at this property. I'll find one. This one's got a $550,000 assessed value, built in 62. Let's do an analysis on this one. What we do is check the box, and it says add one property to Charlie Chat and begin the analysis. So what this particular function, when you check that little box, what that does is it pulls up the analysis. Now watch what happens. I can click 2, 3, and now I'm going to analyze 3 different properties. But I'm going to go back and in this particular case, I'm just going to analyze this one property. I'm click begin analysis. Now what's happened is Charlie Chat is going to its knowledge base. Remember, the 20 years of my training, it's going back there right now, and it's going to analyze this deal for you. Okay? This owner, let's go back up here. Annette Tuso, non-occupied, owner of 16 properties with a portfolio equity of $20 million. This is where you go to Annette, and your first question is, Annette, how do you feel about dating married men? $20 million portfolio. I'm in love. Okay. Then it talks to you about my take on this property. This property presents a unique opportunity with substantial owner equity and a clear ownership history dating back 30 years. The absence of an outstanding mortgage enhances the investment appeal by eliminating debt burdens. Annette Tuso's extensive property portfolio signifies experience and potential strategic insights into real estate operations. The stable assessed and market values further indicate consistency and potential long-term value retention in a desirable location like Buffalo. Because if you go back and do an analysis on the Buffalo market as to whether it's a good multifamily market, go ahead back in the Charlie Chat, ask how is Buffalo as a multifamily market? Charlie Chat is going to give you that answer. I go out there and I look at the market for you and I tell you the answer. So in this particular case, I'm going to scroll down. Watch what I say. My verdict on this property is let's pursue it. This property is speaking my language with a solid equity position, experienced owner, and stable market values. This property presents a promising investment opportunity in a sought-after location like Buffalo, New York. Oh my gosh, guys, how long did it take me to analyze just whether I want to do this deal or not? What are we? It's 7:26, and I've been talking about other stuff. It took me 15 minutes. Now, watch what I'm going to do over here. I'm just going to go ahead and remove that particular check mark. But there are 14 properties that meet my criteria in Buffalo, New York. Bill Tom likes Buffalo. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to favorite all of those properties. Now, once I've favorited those properties, I'm going to come up here to my properties. Obviously, I've got a whole bunch of properties from previous examples that I've done. But what I'm going to do up here is I'm going to type in Buffalo. All right, I typed in Buffalo. And look at skip trace. 14 properties I have listed right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Those are the 14 properties I just picked. If somebody could remind me, I've already forgotten, which property is Annette, my new girlfriend's? Which one is her property? Because I'm going to come back and I'm going to do that in just a moment. Now, look at the little code here. Absentee owner, absentee owner. All of these are absentee owners. If they're REOs, if they're pre-foreclosures, if they're value add, those tags are going to show up right here on this button. So the next thing I'm going to do on these 14 Buffalo properties is go ahead and click skip trace. All right, while it's working, you can see it's counting down. I got 3. As it pulls up the skip traces, they will turn blue. Where are we at? Okay. Skip trace is done. I got I got 12 out of 14 owners' information. Let me jump back over. Who's keeping track? Work for the scrape and skip trace. Work in the pipeline. Thanks. Hi, okay. Buffalo, New York, Jackson. Oh, Gail, that would have been a fun one, Gail. Gail, you should get in this yourself. All right, hold on. Let me jump up back over here to Charlie Chat. All right, so now we've got all the information. Watch what happens. I'm going to show you two different types. So if we click over here on this particular one that already has the blue outline around the card, let's see what we found. This property's been owned for 12 years. The last sale was for $350,000 back in 2013. A lot of equity in this property. If I want to make a note about this, I like this one. You can make a note about each property. Now remember, I'm going to click it again, and there is the skip trace results. I got Daniel Filsinger. He's 27 years old. There's his phone number. There's his email address. There's where he lives. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's nice. Now, if you jump over here to Maple, watch, I just clicked the second page. I'm going to click the third page, which is the skip trace page. And as you can see, it doesn't have any information listed because it's not blue around the outline. Now, watch this. This is really cool. I'm going to get this guy back. There we are. Now, if I wanted, I can just click on this picture, and it's going to give me a street view of this property. Okay, this one looks like it could possibly be, look at this is a multifamily area. That looks like a duplex. That looks like a duplex. There's a vacant lot. So some of these, folks, it's amazing all the different types of property that they show you. Let me jump back on over here. Sometimes you're looking at duplexes. As you can see here, it's got 0 units. Let me see if I can find one that's got a large assessed value. Is this my girl? Yeah, Annette Tuso. Nothing. Her name's Annette Tuso, but we know nothing about Annette. Let's take a look at her property. Okay. That could be it right there. We come over here and, that could be Annette's property. Nice looking property. Annette's got some nice stuff. I like it. We got to find out who Annette is. All right. So what we're going to do here is we are going to select all. And when we select all, we can do certain things to all of these properties. One of the things is we can generate a marketing letter. Look I just clicked on that. And I've just created 14 marketing letters. And I'm going to share my screen so you can all see it. Let me just give it a second here to catch up and blow it up. Folks, hold on. Stop the share. Jump back over here. Give me a moment. Let me just find the button. Share screen, share screen. Oh, where are you? Share window. That's what Molly always tells me to do. Watch this. Folks, remember how I told you at the beginning to create your profile? I told you to upload your logo. There's my logo, all right? There's my logo. Up a little high, I'll move it down. There's my personal information. I don't necessarily like it there. I'll put it somewhere else. Here is the owner of that property that meets my criteria, Mr. Eric Bress of Orlando, Florida. And here's my marketing letter that I'm going to send to Eric. Dear Eric, I hope this note finds you well. I'm reaching out to express sincere interest in your property located at 37 Wells Avenue in Buffalo. I focus on acquiring multifamily properties in New York, and this building stood out due to its location, character, and the strength of the local market. I go on and on. I'm not a broker, and this isn't a listing solicitation. I'm a direct buyer looking to engage in a straightforward, respectful conversation. In past acquisitions, we've structured deals with flexible terms. If you'd simply like to know what your property might be worth in today's market, I'd be happy to offer you an informal valuation. No pressure, no obligation. You can reach me here. there's the first letter, folks. That's the marketing letter. And what we're also going to start doing is I'm going to be putting up some additional marketing material for emails, because through this skip trace, we're able to capture a lot of people's email addresses. And now you're just going to be copy and pasting and sticking it right in the email and hitting send. And that's what we're going to start doing as well, because let's come at these people any way we can. We've got to get out in front of the competition. We've got to get out in front of the brokers. I had one student, I think I showed you the example in a previous lesson. And this student received a 3-unit from a broker. Guy wanted like $800,000 for it. And using Charlie Chat, we found out that across the street was a 16-unit property that was bank owned. Why is he looking at the $800,000 3-unit property when he could buy the 16-unit across the street for pennies on the dollar? He never would have known if it wasn't for having the tools at Charlie Chat at his beck and call. Okay, let me jump on back here to share my screen. There we go. All right, so that's one of the first things we do with Charlie Chat is we shoot out marketing letters. Now, what we can also do with Charlie Chat is online create an analysis of a property. I come over here, I clear out the numbers, and I start building the property packs. Let's see, we're looking for something $5 million. If you ever have a question as to what number you should put down, just hover your cursor over the block, and I will tell you what the right number is going to be. Interest rate, let's say 6. Heard that the Federal Reserve governor is now being investigated for mortgage fraud. It doesn't stop, folks. It just doesn't stop. Just throw in some of these numbers. Disposition cap rate, I'm just going to throw in a 7 for here. Number of units, and let's just goof around here. 16 units, $2,500 a month. Now, we'll put in a 10% vacancy rate, annual growth rate of 2%. Actually, let's do 3%. Just to keep it. Other income will skip. Now, here's another thing about this, and this is the nice thing about this property analyzer. It really helps you to quickly come up with a number that makes sense based upon what you see. So, in this particular case, I don't have any expense information. So, what I want to do is plug in an expense ratio that ties into what would work for this property. And let's say this property is a 1980s construction, and that it's a tenant paid utility property. Well, in that particular case, I know that the expense ratio should probably be around 50%. We just did an update to Charlie Chat. I'm not looking at it right now, but we're actually allowing you to just put in an expense ratio based upon the type of property it is, and then it'll come up with a valuation that works for you. In this particular case, I'm going to say $215,000 is what the expense ratio should be. And there you can see it, 50% expense ratio. How does that do? Debt service coverage ratio at 0.75. This deal does not work. Negative cash on cash return. So obviously, $5 million on a $16 million property is too much. Let's cut it in half. Now we're looking at a 13% cash on cash, a 1.5 debt coverage ratio, probably trying to steal it at that price. We come back over here, you got a 1.37 debt coverage ratio, you got a 9.71, you got an internal rate of return. Well, what I have to do down here is increase the holding period to, let's see, 7 years. Now I have a 34% internal rate of return, 9.7 cash on cash, 1.37 debt coverage ratio. Look at that. My investment grade is A minus. Folks, that investment grade is not the quality of the asset, it's the quality of the deal. You can then click on Charlie's analysis, and I tell you what I think about this particular deal. Likely C class, tier 2 market. This receives an A grade for strong performance, consistently shows above market expectations. I go through the whole analysis for you. You click on 10-year. Let me just make sure. I got to make sure that you folks can see this now. I don't think you can. Let me jump back over here to stop the share. And I can come in here and I can share again. Share screen. Window. There we go. Look at if you click on the 10-year analysis, there you have it. I tell you what the right price is, what the interest rate, what your expense ratio is, the cap rate is, what the debt coverage ratio gives you a whole breakdown of the numbers. And right away, folks, you know whether you got a deal or not, and you can use this type of information to share with your investors. I like this particular deal. And so as a result of me liking this deal, the thing that I'm going to do, oops, I'm sorry. You missed my beautiful face. I'm going to share my screen, come back over here to Charlie Chat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save this property because I like it. More. Save scenario. Click OK. I've just saved it to my system. So if ever I want to pull this up again, all I have to do is click over here to more. I can pull up load scenario and I can pull it right back up and start looking at it. Now, because I like this deal so much, what I'm going to do is jump back over here to, where is his name? Let's use this guy. I click on select. I click on generate documents. I click on letter of intent. And now I can choose a short form, a long form, a master lease, an assumption, depending upon whatever I'm doing with this particular deal. In this case, I'm going to use a long form. I put in the name. Steve is his first name. Owner first name. Last name is Cohen. Owner address. There's all the information about him. I'm going to buy his property for $2.5 million. I'm going to do $25,000 as the earnest money. I'm going to want 30 days for the inspection, 45 for the financing, 60 days to close. I click generate the LOI, and folks, right away, I'm going to stop the share. I'm going to open that up again. Where am I? Hold on. Boom. I'll just show you this. Blow it up. Share my screen. Share screen. Here it is. Folks, there's my letter of intent. Steve's Cohen. I spelled it wrong. I'll fix it right there. Oh, I got to enable editing. I'll fix his name. Letter of intent. Dear Steve, $2.5 million. Earnest money, $25,000. Inspection, 30 days. Financing period, 45 days. Closing date, 60 days. All of my due diligence requests right there. Done. I am done. How long did it take me to make an offer on this particular property? What is it? 7:41 right now? Half an hour? I looked at the property. I came up with numbers. I found the owner. I sent him a marketing letter. I mean, there's just, it takes you no time. And I'm trying to figure out which side is giving me too much light over here. I look all washed out. Oh, there I am. Adorable. Folks, that's how quickly Charlie Chat can help you find the properties. Now I've identified 14 properties in Buffalo that are value add propositions, absentee owners, older properties been owned for many years. You can go in there, you can change it around all you want. Go ahead and test it out. You got 250 free credits for the units to give it a try. And folks, Charlie Chat is just going to keep getting better. The more you use it, the more the machine knowledge learns what you're looking for and finds the deals for you. Remember how I said I've been looking for something like this all my life? It never existed. Now it exists. It's right there. We do this. We use this stuff all the time. All of my students are using this nonstop. All right. So you might be interested in just finding out, like, what does this cost and what is this going to take me to get in? Folks, it doesn't cost anything to get in. You can start using Charlie Chat right now and go ahead and take advantage of it. What you're going to do is come on in, Charlie, multifamilyos.ai. If Molly could put that up on the screen. When you sign on up, you put you'll fill out the account. You're going to get a free account. You're going to be put into this level right here, Charlie Chat Professional. You're going to get 250 free searches initially. And once you use those, or 7 days, whichever comes first, then you're going to get a pop-up which says fill in your credit card information. You can always use Charlie Chat for free. You'll have unlimited Charlie Chat searches. You'll have full access to my knowledge base. You'll learn about deal techniques. Remember how I told you about, how I would come up with ideas, what my strategy is. You can go ahead and use those, take advantage of the deal techniques, different closing strategies. And we're going to give you 250 free property matches to get you started. Or you can upgrade to Charlie Chat, which gives you all of that other stuff. And then it's going to give you the AI analysis of broker documents. This is the coolest thing. Folks, down here, if you were given an offering memorandum from a broker and you didn't want to sit down and analyze it, let Charlie Chat do it for you. All you have to do is click on this button right here. It's going to take you to your screen. I always type in OM. And it brings me to, what did it do, OM? If I go back to OneDrive and I type in OM, it brings me to a sample OM, Sumner Place. I upload Sumner Place, and then I can ask Charlie Chat anything about this deal, and it will do the analysis for you. And folks, that is located in the Charlie Chat Plus feature. It also is going to give you the marketing letters and the letters of intent. It's going to give you advanced property analytics and mapping. Remember, that's what I showed you right here. If you come over here, you can click on map. And if we scroll, these are the properties that I had looked at, Lawrence. These are different markets. There's Buffalo. If I come in and I search on Buffalo, let me see if I can. Yeah, if I scroll on down to Buffalo, all of those properties that we looked at are right here in Buffalo. We can go ahead and just do it, analyze them by the map, or we can take a look at the matrix. Look at this. We can graph all of the properties, the deal quality matrix, we call it. These properties are all cautionary. Remember how I did the Charlie's analysis? This takes Charlie's analysis and graphs it for you. And over here, these are the fixer-uppers. Up here are the absolute gold mines. And this one is a sleeper. If we get this guy, let me just do a right mouse click. We'll remove the big ones. And it changes the look of the deal. You can see you can get a little bit more granular on where these particular properties fill up. And so this is available when you look at these in Charlie Chat. There we go. In Charlie Chat Plus, those are the advanced property analytics and mapping. And in Charlie Chat Plus, we're going to give you unlimited national property matches every single month. All right. Now, in the best value, which we consider Charlie Chat Pro, which is what you're going to start out at. When you fill it out, we're going to give you this access right now. You're going to have everything that we talked about already. Plus, we're going to give you access to my masterclass training, which is about 14 hours of video training from me. You're going to get weekly group coaching calls on Monday night, my Monday Night Live from 7 to 8 p.m. You're going to be able to get in there, ask me direct questions. It's like group coaching with me as your coach. Meet the other people in the group. I love it when other investors get to know other investors. It's always a lot of fun. That's that community access. And then, of course, once again, unlimited national property matches. And then finally, if you want to work with me directly, if you want to, have me draft your contracts and have me act as your attorney, depending upon the scenario, if you want to have me help you analyze, get on the phones with the brokers, help you negotiate the contracts, that is my cohort program. That's where we bring in a whole group of my other members, my cohorts. These people are people looking to do deals together. It is the sweetest thing to see my students working together to put together numbers. We also meet every morning from 8:30 to 9. And I haven't been on this week. I'm on vacation this week. but I miss that group. They're so much fun. They're a great group of people, and we work together to find deals. And you can just apply for that. Not everybody, it's not right for everybody. I don't want everybody in it, but you can go ahead and apply, and Emma will be speaking with you. All you have to do is click this Get Started Free, get access here, and that's how it all works. It's really simple. If you're into multifamily, if multifamily is what you're looking to do, Charlie Chat is a tool that everyone needs. Whether you're taking the free version or you're using the Charlie Chat Pro, where you're really getting and able to analyze deals and go after deals, everybody on this call should be signing up tonight. Because this is what you need to be doing. Go ahead, sign up tonight, play around with it. I look to see how many people we have in our group every single morning, and I can tell who signed up tonight. And then I want everybody here on this call to go ahead and sign on up, whichever level you're at. The Charlie Chat Pro is really the best level. That's the one that's going to give you the most bang for your buck. That even gives you an hour a week of coaching from me, which, there are some guys out there spend thousands and thousands of dollars to talk with a coach once a month. Here, I have a set agenda now of all the things I'm doing on Monday Night Live, and part of his question and answer. I stay on to answer everyone's questions. Come on, folks, go ahead and sign it up. I'm going to run through this. It looks as though everybody's putting in. Sorry, Gail. Gail, you're going to have to do the Jackson, Tennessee analysis yourself. I want to see you next week at 8:30. Because you're in the cohort program, and I want to see what you came up with. I did RV. What does this mean? Oh, Denver, Colorado, and suburbs. Yep. We've got I think Denver is one of those suburbs, one of those communities that kind of gives us some weird data. And so you got to be careful about that particular, when you get the information back. If it doesn't look right, go ahead and click that blue button and tell us what you're seeing, and we'll figure out the right way that you need to be searching for that information. Linda, she said that. Okay. It worked for the scrape and skip trace, working the pipeline. Good for you, Alan. Awesome. Excellent. All right. Thanks. A great session. Good to see everybody here. I hope that was very helpful. I kept you right around an hour, as I always like to do. Go ahead and sign on up. There's the address right down there, multifamilyos.ai. And then when I'm done, I'm going to go back there and I'm going to go play my piano. And let me see, I sent the link to my friend Michelangelo. Hey, listen, Gail, that's cool, because we also have, you refer a friend, you can get a break if you refer a friend. And also, we also have an affiliate program now. So if anybody's interested, maybe if you have a big list and you want to make some dough, we have an affiliate program we're working on posting on our main website. But otherwise, it's just, folks, I love this program. And this program continues to get better. Since I've been on vacation, I've seen emails come across that they've added more benefits to it. Get on board. You're going to be using this program no matter where you are in your investor journey, because it's the best thing out there. So that's it, everyone. It's so good to see you all. Thanks for joining me. I will be talking again to everybody with a different topic on Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And I hope to see you then. And if you have any questions about Charlie Chat, go ahead, sign on up and click the blue button. Talk to y'all soon. Thanks for coming.